Have you ever witnessed anything paranormal? Have you ever suspected something like this happened to you? Well, if the answer to those questions are no, don't declare victory quite yet. You don't have to believe in ghosts, fear them, or play Ouija board for these situations to arise. According to occult scholars, the paranormal can happen to anyone at any time. Many of the cases that you will see today happen to people who had never experienced anything paranormal before. And like them, they can also occur to you. Chilling, disturbing, and unwanted situations that were recorded on camera and that in this video, you will have the privilege of seeing. My name is Leonore Clay, and this is The Darkest Secret. Today we present 5 terrifying paranormal phenomena that could happen to you. Number 5. We start this new investigation with the incredible event that came from the same person that recorded it and sent it directly to us. It was captured by a security camera installed inside a public venue in Mexico. Sandra Ompo, a faithful Mexican subscriber, wrote to my email telling me that there were already rumors that strange things were happening in that area at dawn. This is why they installed cameras in different sectors of the enclosure to see what was happening. What she saw on screen to this day still gives her chills. Observe. According to our subscriber, this recording reveals what she and her coworker fear the most: an inexplicable being. How would you feel if you witnessed something like that in your workplace, and you're sure it was something paranormal because you were the only guard working at that moment, and you were not the one in that area at that time? You don't know what it is. You don't know what it can do to you. Definitely something that can impact all of us, but that none of us want to experience. Number 4. This is another of those spectacular stories that you will have the privilege of seeing on my channel. A couple of videos that join the terrifying ghost of the roller coaster and the strange creature from the gas station. 2 original videos from our channel that have gone viral everywhere. Well, here's another one of that same level. The following corresponds to a distressing event that a subscriber is experiencing, who for personal reasons did not want to reveal his identity. In his email, he says that he works as a security guard in a healthcare facility. For the last 3 months, he has been hearing strange noises at night, as if someone were banging on doors and windows. It happened so sporadically that no matter how much they asked him, he never managed to record anything. However, one day, and more prepared, those noises returned. He built up the courage, left his post, and with camera in hand, was determined to capture even the smallest noise. He never imagined that a nightmare would be triggered by facing something that is unknown to all of us. Take what you're about to see as a warning to not bother these entities. It is better to let them be and ignore them, because otherwise, what occurred to this man could happen to you. Observe.
Shit, madre.
He stresses to me in his email that a strange chill ran through his entire body, something that I know about all too well. Your natural reaction to the unknown. Luckily that night, only this happened and nothing else. Although he was not attacked, what he experienced has no logical explanation. From his perspective, what you saw there had no way of happening. He never thought that seeing what caused those noises would provoke something so deep in him. He confides in me that the feeling it left him with was so strange that he decided to leave that job and was no longer willing to continue being exposed to situations like these. But as I told you at the beginning, if you begin to perceive things like these, it's better to ignore them so they don't even know that you're around. The reason? What you are seeing now corresponds to an image from the security cameras that he has located in his home. The recording date, April 10th, 2022, a week after he left his job. Luckily, neither he nor his family were at home at that time. But this video has our subscriber on edge, asking me and you to advise him on what to do in this situation. He is sure that that tremendous beam of light that is projected on the refrigerator door when it is opened corresponds to the same light seen at his job that followed him home. He has not heard noises, nor has anything happened to his family, but he is completely terrified because something like this has never happened. Stop for a second, pause the video, and think for a moment. What would you feel in his place? That these manifestations have lasted for months at his workplace is obviously very unusual, but for it to follow him home, without a doubt, is very scary. However, as pessimistic as the situation is, at least it is a white light and not a shadow, because as far as we know, whatever it is that is seen in the images shouldn't have bad intentions. Although, of course, in the field of the paranormal, nothing should be taken for granted. We don't know anything about these things. Obviously, I will keep in touch with his subscriber to be aware of any developments. Leave your advice in the comment box, as he will be reading the comments tonight. Number 3. Mauro Javier from Argentina was in charge of sending me the following recording by a dashcam installed in a cargo truck. In his email, he states that the truck driver was traveling alone on the route that connects the towns of San Salvador with Huajay. He says that the darkness of the night and the music distracted the driver, who was not attentive to the road. Reasons why he did not notice the incredible event that this camera recorded. Look for yourself. At first it seems that it is a child, but logic tells us that this is impossible. The driver stated at that moment that the temperature outside at that time was -3 degrees below zero, in addition to being captured in a completely dark place and in an area where there are no residential sectors. What child would be alone in those conditions? Watch it in slow motion and with color correction, and tell me if this seems like a child to you. As incredible as it sounds, according to him, most likely it could be an elf, creatures that, according to Mauro, have populated Argentine folklore, with many of these supposed beings becoming common in that country. Is it real? Leave it in the comments. Number 2. The video that you will see below came into my possession thanks to Alberto Cueto, a regular subscriber who claims to have witnessed with his family what he believes is something worthy of appearing in a fantasy movie. Alberto says that a few weeks ago they were having dinner when a strange movement caught their attention on one of their security cameras. It was a small white light that at first they mistook for an orb of dirt, until they noticed that it had made a deliberate movement. It was then that they decided to go outside to see with their own eyes what was fluttering there. According to their own words, it must be a very bright insect and as big as a thumb. His surprise would come next. When he went outside, he didn't see anything. Not only was nothing shining, but there was nothing in front of the camera. You can notice how he looks away from where the orb is before waving his hand there. He thought it was gone before they got there, until he sat down in the dining room and saw that the light was still there. A couple of minutes later, his sons arrive and are convinced of capturing the orb. But even with a flashlight in hand, they can't see it. The light from the flash causes the camera to switch from night vision to normal, revealing that the orb is gone. Alberto asked me to watch when he accidentally hits the orb and to notice its size. He assures us that it was the size of a marble. Something that size should have been seen regardless of whether it was shiny or not. But the object was completely unnoticeable to a sight. In all my years as a paranormal investigator, there seems to be a pattern. The sighting of orbs usually occurs before true paranormal phenomena are present. For example, like the gas that comes out when you open a can of soda. The orbs come out before the paranormal happens. Bearing this in mind, I contacted them to ask if any loved ones had passed away. Surprised, they told me that their pet had died 3 days before the appearance of these orbs, which means that there is a high probability that they will sense that pet again in some way. Number 1. We end this video with disturbing footage recorded by a university student who left her apartment to do some shopping as usual. However, she noticed something strange when she was going to take the elevator, so she decided to take the stairs. After hearing footsteps on those stairs, frightened, she took out her cell phone to have a recording of that moment. Her equipment recorded the following. The anguish is evident. And the thing is, imagine for a moment living through this situation and finding yourself face to face with what you just saw on the screen. What would you do? What would your reaction be? Regardless of whether this video is fake or not, things like this can happen to you. Just as that white light was present, shadows can also manifest in front of you. Without a doubt, we are in the presence of recordings that reveal that on any day and at the least expected moment, phenomena could appear in front of us. Do you think you are prepared to face them? Leave me your answer in the comment box, because this video has come to an end. My name is Leonore Clay, and this was The Darkest Secret.